Hello friends, how are you? Hope you're doing very well. My name is Piluso. This is my recording studio where we do lots of remote recordings and productions, mixing and mastering. And today I want to show you a pedal that we've got here at the studio that is the ToneX by IK Multimedia, which I want to thank them very much for sending it to me. I already made a video about the ToneX and explaining what it is and what it isn't. This is the second video. You can think about it like the video for the people who don't like to read manuals. So this will be like a quick start, how to use the pedal without the software and how to edit your sounds very easily. So no bullshit, straight to the point. So if you miss tutorials on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe. That these videos don't tend to do well in the algorithm. So show your support so I can carry on doing no bullshit videos. Also, stay tuned that I'm going to be giving away 3 presets. So when you turn on your ToneX pedal, you have 3 foot switches. And the first thing you need to do is tune your guitar. So if you long press on any of these switches, especially the one that you have selected, you'll have a tuner. So we have 49 available banks. On each bank, we can have 3 presets. We can switch banks by clicking these 2 foot switches at the same time. We can go down, or if we click on this 2, we can go up. Or much easier if you have it at this level and not on the ground. What you can do, for instance, is just use this knob that is called presets and just switch between all of them really quickly. And like in 2 seconds, you'll get to 49. If you have to hit the foot switch, it will take you a long time. So here I have a Blues Deluxe. So I'm going to be using my new Fender Player 2 Mod Series Strat with a Floyd Rose. Stay tuned and subscribe because there's a video coming. So let's explain the different controls. So here we have 5 knobs that are very similar to any amp. So we have gain, we have bass, mids, treble, and volume. If we hold the parameter knob, we'll see this green light that says Alt, and now we can access all of these secondary functions, such as reverb, compression, noise gate, presence, and depth. So it's really cool that for each knob you have 2 functions available. The depth here at the end, for anybody who's asking, it's going to be basically like having a bit more of a room sound. So if you go all the way to your left, you have a direct sound. And if you go all the way to right, it's going to be a bit more diffuse and boomy. So I like kind of right in the middle. Then we have reverb. And something I really appreciate is that this is like a macro control of each knob. But if you click on parameter, you can actually dive deep and edit any of these effects. Like I can go into compression, and if I just click, I can turn it on or off. I can go back by clicking here. I can select, for instance, the attack time, the position, which can give us the option of preamp or post-amp. If we go back again, we can choose, for instance, EQ, modulation. We have different options such as chorus, tremolo, phaser, flanger, and rotary speaker. If we click into that, we can change the position, pre or post, sync it to a BPM, change the rate of a sound. Of course, remember to turn it on. There we go. Level of the effect, so it can be very exaggerated or very subtle. This is basically a depth control for the effect. So this works with any of the different controls. So we have the mods, like I said. We have the gate that we can actually, like for the gate, there it cuts off. And here we have the macro control, but also here we can change different parameters. So we have it on there. and we can change the depth, release, and everything, which is great. So if we want to keep our preset, but we want, for instance, to change the amp, we just click on model and we can select amp, go in and change different kinds of amps. Here it will be like, here you have the light flicking, so this means click again. We can select cab, we can change the cab, the model, we can import our own IR, or we can leave it without any cab. Because if you want to use another amp, a real amp or whatever, you can just take out the cab. Let's go back. And finally, if we like our sound, we can just hold this button and save our sound. And just saved. And if we want to go in depth in our setup of the ToneX pedal, we just hold this button and we go into setup. If we go into global, we can change the volume of the whole rig, how the external control that we have an input right here, as well as MIDI. We can choose different presets with different MIDI codes, how the tuner works. If we go into general, we have naming, switching, cab, user performance, USB out, for instance. If we are using the USB to transmit our audio and use it as an interface, if we have it in stereo, we will have 1 and 2 as a stereo sound, like with effects and everything. But if we have it in dual mode, it will allow us to have, for instance, the guitar sounding on the left, on the number 1, and on the number 2, you'll have a direct input. So you'll be able to change your sound further along the way. So I also, like I promised at the beginning of the video, I made some presets for you guys inspired by Def Leppard, because I'm working on a video that I'll show you very soon. Subscribe if you want to see it, on how to recreate Hysteria. And we have the first sound. Then we go into the bridge. And then for the chorus. So we have the first sound with chorus, the second sound without chorus, very clean, and the third sound with distortion that is great for also like... Very nice. So I hope you enjoyed this video, that it was helpful. Leave me below any questions you've got. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll leave you the first video I made of this series of what is and what isn't ToneX. I'll also leave a link to the video once it's up of this guitar and the recreation of the 80s sound of Def Leppard and the full playlist of everything about ToneX. Till next time, my name is Piluso. Don't forget to subscribe. It means the world to me. Bye bye.